All right, people. I got to figure out how to get all this, all that, and all that into 3 drawers of this. So, yeah, we're going to see if this works. So, if you're not familiar, haven't been following along, where this all started is I bought this toolbox, or no, I didn't want the toolboxes, right? They just sent them to me. So Sonic said, look, we really think our new toolboxes are great. I said, I'm not interested. I don't want toolboxes. I only want cabinets. They said, we're sending them to you anyway. I was like, oh, dear Lord. So they sent me the S15, the S12 XD, and the S9, which were the previous gen toolbox that I kind of liked. And so I opened them up and I freaking fell in love. Thought they were fantastic. In that video, I made a comment about my experience, say, years ago, going onto a Snap-on truck and how the Snap-on toolboxes are insanely priced, and that I would rather have this. And then that sent people into a tizzy saying I'm an idiot. Stick to what you know. Well, I know a lot about tools. I know a lot about buying tools specifically. And so I decided to put my money where my mouth is, and I bought a Snap-on toolbox, which is, it's okay. It's $14,000 versus $5,800. And then we have, I think the total Snap-on setup is like 38. And so I had a lot of leeway to do a comparison. I'm gonna go on the whiteboard probably tomorrow, and I'm gonna add all this stuff up. How much should I spend on the Snap-on box? How much should I spend on the Sonic box? But when we started doing the raffle or putting the giveaway together, you can go to obsessedgarage.com. You can buy a ticket and to get a chance to win these boxes. First place gets first pick, second place gets second pick. My pick is on this sucker. But in order to equalize the values, we had to add some stuff to it. We have more tools, prettier tools from a organization perspective, and then we're going to put a bunch of Milwaukee stuff, so I can fill up the box with Milwaukee stuff to bring the prices into something similar. And I think even with all the Milwaukee stuff I was about to put in here, plus the additional tools, I think we're still $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 less in what I bought here versus what I bought with the Snap-on box that still has several empty drawers. And right now what I have available is this top drawer, which I think works perfectly. I was complaining about the size of this drawer. I wish that they split it into 2, but now that I'm gonna do all this Milwaukee stuff, and after having seen all the tools, I'm actually kind of glad that I have this space to tool grid this out in here. I have these 2 drawers to work with, so I have this drawer and this drawer to work with. So I got 3 drawers. Let's see how good my organization skills are, because these drawers all have, this just makes me, you need to put some twinkle epiphany music in here, Mike. Something like it's so good. Twist my screwdrivers around here. I like them all. Mike must have been in here messing with them, Mike F. So that's how I know when he's been touching the tools when they start to get crooked. But this is just, it just makes me happy. And he can say whatever you want, but when the Snap-on truck guy comes here, I'm dreading it. Because I don't know what it's gonna cost, I don't know what I'm paying. I know what this drawer costs. I can go on the site, I can get the price. There's no I know I'm not gonna get screwed. The price is the price. It's an economical price that's like 1/3 the cost of what a similar drawer from Snap-on would be. And some of these tools are made, in different spots in the world, but I now having it all here in my possession, I don't ever find myself going to grab a Snap-on socket and Snap-on ratchet. I've really been grabbing the Hazette stuff. And then my second choice has been, some of the Sonic stuff. But the magic here is the high level of organization. So this toolbox is coming with all these tools. Again, I'm going to add up how many individual pieces we get and do a comparison from a cost perspective. So I have every single drawer filled here on the XD side of things, all the way down to the bottom. So we put together a pretty decent package to fill this toolbox. And then I've got a couple of foam inlays coming for here to fill this. They don't make, at least not yet, they don't make a foam inlay for this what they call a 720 millimeter wide drawer that is XD deep. But they do make an insert that fills in this gap. I do have some room here that if I get stuck, what I may actually do, instead of filling with the foam, I may tool grid this out, and I may do like some of my accessories and stuff in here. So I do have some space in these 3 drawers to work with the back of it. I generally pull these things out. These just make things ugly. That's SAE. This is SAE here. So I think I moved this around 6 times to get it the way I like it. It's not even my freaking toolbox. It's one of your toolboxes, but I only know one way to do this. So I'm gonna go through and unbox all this stuff. It's gonna take me a freaking hour to get this stuff all open. I got extra batteries. I got extra boots. We've got, you know, the whole thing. It's gonna look freaking insane. And I'm gonna tool grid this drawer out. I might need to get some help. I need to get some people to come freaking help me. Okay, so this is the 2 different packages. The Ultimate Automotive package, which I'll explain in a second, and the Ultimate Drill Driver package, as well as, which I haven't unboxed here yet, we'll show you when we put it together, the Ultimate Drill Driver accessory package, which includes hole saws, wood bits, concrete bits, all the different nut drivers and Phillips and flatheads and all that kind of stuff as well. So we're gonna tool grid that out and make it look pretty. And so when I put that all together, this whole package ends up being about 31,000 when we do the tool grid and get this all set up. I've got tool grid over here. So we're gonna organize and grid out all of these tools in the extra drawers. Started working on this, I'll cut this to fit. If you didn't watch the tool grid videos, I tool gridded out this entire Snap-on box. Can't wait to get this out of my garage. I got so much stuff in here. So we tool gridded out all of this stuff. I did it in black. And so in this toolbox, I wanted to do it in gray, just in a different finish. The gray toolbox, just to try a different color. Plus, I used all the darn black, and we have more black coming. So we're gonna tool grid this out and put all of this stuff inside of this box. So let me explain what the package includes. I'm missing one tool here for drill drivers, which is the SDS Plus M12 version, so that's coming. So it includes the Ultimate Drill Driver set from Cess Garage. So this goes back to, I bought every single tool that Milwaukee makes, and then I just started opening them, sorting them, moving them around, using them, deciding which one I wanted, consulting other real men about what they like and what they use, and kind of compiled all that data. And then ultimately went with trust in my gut and built out a package of the tools that I would want in what I would call a Matt Moorman Ultimate Collection. That Ultimate Collection of Milwaukee tools, I think it's 45 tools. And I like to have a battery per tool with a couple of extras. And I know that's frivolous and ridiculous, but that's pretty much my MO. And so that's where these tools come from. And then we took the Ultimate Collection and then made and separated out into smaller packages we have a basic, ultimate, or basic, advanced, ultimate. The ultimates add up to the master collection at the top. The advanced, I forget how we did it, but everything adds up. Yeah, if you did all the ultimate packages, that would add up to the master collection. If you did all the basics and advanced, that would add up to the master collection as well. So I wanted to create it so you could kind of work your way into it. So these two, I think, are the most automotive specific. We have all the woodworking sets and stuff like that. These automotive specific sets, I think, make a lot of sense for our toolbox. So we have two of my favorite tools. These are the Surge tools. The Surge has the old head. They've updated the design. You can see on the new version of the 1/4 inch, driver or impact driver. Surge is a hydraulic gear set, which has a little less torque, but super smooth. These you'll find you're going to use, like I'll use these to drive in all the screws into the tool grid. We use these when we're doing like all the nature cast cabinets, all the Obsessed Garage Spire closets, because you have a little bit more control. And if we don't need the torque, we find, Mike and I find ourselves using the surge all the time. Then the regular 1/4-inch drive, these have a little bit more torque. I think they still make sense if you're building a deck, you're driving in stuff to harder wood, or you're doing something on the car sometimes, you're going to use these that have a little bit more torque, not quite as smooth, but I think that having both makes a lot of sense in an ultimate collection. Same thing here where we have our half-inch anvil, half-inch style hammer drills. This is the M18 and the M12. Sometimes the M12 makes sense, sometimes the M18 makes sense. I like having them both in my ultimate setup. And then this guy, I kind of don't like this tool very much, but it has the offsets. So it has a 90, we use often for like driving in cans. We do a lot of lighting stuff, and you never know when you need something like I don't ever use this as a normal like impact, because I would grab one of the better ones. So these two accessories really don't make sense. It's usually if I need to do some sort of offset or I'm doing some sort of 90. You could skip this tool and just get, Milwaukee has you'll see in our drill driver set has like a one that you can attach to any of these. But I like having this tool in an ultimate collection. We have 7 or 8 chargers that come with the package, but I toss them. I don't keep the bags. I don't keep the all the accessory stuff. So I kept 2 chargers for this particular kit. I wouldn't find that you would need any more than these. In the Ultimate Master Collection, you would end up with like the rapid charger or the supercharger that we may end up with. And then there's one more tool in the drill driver set, and that's the SDS, which I use for doing any kind of masonry work. Problem is I need to get a SDS bits into my accessory package, which I haven't done yet. We have regular concrete bits. So then the Ultimate Automotive kit includes, I think, the 3 best impacts. You saw in the video on the channel, I just tested out the new version of the high torque. I still think that the extended anvil is my favorite. This is a 1-key tool, so you're paying for some software you don't really need. But I think this, if you're removing lugs off, like if you have an F350 or an F150, or you have, lugs that are a little bit more stubborn. I mean, I find that I use this tool often. You're breaking suspension, suspension control arms, things like that. Having the extended anvil built in is nice. Mid-torque, which I think this is the best tool in the whole entire Milwaukee line. This is what I remove all the lugs off all of my sports cars. And in an ultimate set, most normal people wouldn't do the compact version of the compact torque impact, but I like the half-inch anvils, and I can always step that down if necessary. But in an ultimate collection, I do like having this and do use it sometimes. Stubbies. So these do like 400 plus, foot-pounds of torque. The stubbies, these do 200-ish foot-pounds of torque. So you have the 2 stubbies for doing straight. I like having the half-inch, 3/8, and 1/4. So 3 stubbies. And then I like having, this is basically the same tool, just in a right angle form. And in an ultimate setup, I like having both the half-inch and 3/8, even though I could step it down with a tool, with an adapter. But in an ultimate collection, I like having all the above. And same thing here, where we have 1/4, 3/8, high speed. The half-inch is still slower speed. So it's still the traditional speed. And then we have the half-inch and 1/4-inch extended reach versions. And they're both high-speed versions now. So they've reduced the torque by, I think, 5 foot-pounds, but speeded up the tool. If you're ever going to need any torque, that's when you're going to grab these other tools. And then we have a battery per tool. And so that's how we're going to set this up and grid it out inside of our toolbox. And we'll show you a little bit about how these came in the box. But this collection, where I'm hopefully adding some value, is kind of packaging this and putting it together and making it simple. Milwaukee's the same price pretty much everywhere. It's hard to compete when Home Depot's running some crazy sales or stuff, but generally speaking, these are priced the same everywhere you go. So I do have some people buying them from me, and I really appreciate when you do that. The other thing we'll get into is the accessory package. I have to unbox that and get that moving. I'm going to start working on some tool grid here, and we'll put a link in the description to our tool gridding process. I'm going to turn some music on, and I'm going to be in here all day, all night getting this set up. So I want to finish this toolbox so that I can tomorrow wrap these videos up, because I'm going to the Helen house where I have a master collection up there at the house that you can go. If you're ever interested, you want to experience a Milwaukee master collection, I have it all set up at the Helen house, which you can borrow for money. Hit up destinationog.com if you're interested in checking that out. So anyway, thanks for watching, and let's get into this process. All right, so it's the next morning, so we're 3 days into this, I guess, of messing with this. But look at this. That's what 10 G's worth of Milwaukee tools looks like in a single drawer. So these are the ToolGrid, tool holder versions. And what I did, you can see I have some screw holes because I'm moving stuff around. We originally had it where this, and all of these weren't in the drawer, because we had these all laid flat, all the tools that are in here, and same thing with those. But I was running out of space because I need a drawer, I need the drawers down below for the rest of the accessory package. And then I wanted to have some room and not waste a bunch of space. And so we were able to kind of stand it up to where you can quick draw. It's actually easier to grab it as well, easier to grab tools. I can just kind of reach in, pull it. And so we use the tip holders, the cam, the cam block or cams, and then, kind of set up like I utilize the side of the cabinet as well. So we used much more vertical space by turning the tools, and even the SDS just squeaks in there. Look at that. We have a 1/8 of an inch or so left over. So this worked out fantastically well. So the last drawer I have to do here, so we did this, utilized the back area of with some tool grid behind our whatever you call this, behind our foam inlay. And then the last drawer I'm working on now, today I'm going to knock this out, is to set up and do hole saws, do all of these. So I have to get all of that in this drawer, and we're rolling, we're golden. So what I decided to do is we'll sort of wrap this as the Milwaukee accessory part of the package, and then I'm going to do a separate video. We're going to add up and figure out what the tool grid costs, so people have a reference if you wanted to do this to your toolbox. And I think it's just good reference. It'll be good reference for us to have. We're going to do it by toolbox and then by individual drawer. And talk about how many tools are in each drawer. So I'm going to make a separate video on that. So anyway, this updating you where I'm at, and let me show you. Actually, when I'm done, I'll show you all the little different things that I did to make this organized and work out. So we'll catch you hopefully later this morning. Oh, it's already later this morning, early in the afternoon. Okay, that's a wrap for this guy. So we got this drawer done. I had to put some step bits up here, finish that up, and we have this drawer done, which I showed you earlier, which has the concrete bits kind of snuck in there. I'm going to steal a couple of the dividers from my house for here, so that we can lock this in. And then we did this drawer, so check this out. So we did this where I took, this is a Milwaukee divider from one of their, the little flip out bins. And so I was able to drive 2 screws into the tool grid. And so now we have it set up where you can grab, you're not going to use these. Most people are going to use these a lot. We have our little hole saws for impact. We have our step bits. We have, these are the pieces that go into our wood augers. These are the hole saw connection, or hole saw key, and then we have our hole saw set up, and I use the big dividers there. And so now when I do that and I open it, everything's still in place. When Mike F is in here rifling through my drawers, then everything stays in place. Pretty sweet, huh? That's cool. So that's a wrap on the Milwaukee, and here's the best part. Still got an empty drawer. We weren't sure we were gonna fit all this stuff, but this drawer freaking killed it, man. Look at all that. It's awesome. We still have some room to like put some blades and stuff in there if you wanted to.
It's a big change, changing it from horizontal to...
Yeah, the vertical storage saved us and gave us the room. Otherwise, we weren't gonna be able to fit all this stuff. This is the new ToolGrid stuff that should be coming out in a few weeks. I don't like the orange, but... And the other thing we thought about is, do you not screw this down so you can pop it up and take it with you? They also have storage where you could lay it down if you wanted to, but we kind of liked it because we have our drawer height to work with this. So thanks for watching. Tool giveaway. I think you'd be on glue to choose that one, but people are right that, you know, that probably resale value is still better than this, but you know where my money's at. Anyway, thanks for watching. Go to obsessedgarage.com. You have a few days to buy an entry, and I'm going to be putting this sucker on a pallet. I'm going to mic build some pallets and ship these suckers out. First place gets first choice. Second place gets whatever's left. I think that will probably be left. Thanks for watching.